Hello, hello, everybody. Age Zion, top 8, League X, and it's Reflex on Vader Trooper with the Fighting Pit against Leddon, playing a 6-die mill extravaganza. And I love both of these decks. And these, like Vader with Trooper, is baller as hell. 6-die mill is killer and really frustrating to play against. But if there's anybody who can play against mill, it's Reflex. Um, like I feel just compelled because I suck Reflex off enough, like on the regular. I gotta root him against him here, and I think it would be amusing if he lost a mill. So that's what I'm gonna do. That Fear and Deadman is definitely. Oh man, that thing is dangerous. But if Leddon is on the ball, he's gonna do everything in his power to prevent a 4-side from hitting, and a 3-side. Like Reflex is still gonna Fear and Deadman it, but it's not gonna feel great. I mean, it will feel great, but not like as good as the 4, you know? But it should be exciting. That best defense is going to do a lot of work, and so will that probe. Leddon gets Force Jump, Hidden Motive, and Anakin Skywalker's Pod Racer right off the rip. And it looks like he also gets his choice of battlefield, so he's not on the fighting pit for at least 2 out of these 3 games. And as things stand right now, with everything that just transpired, with the battlefield and the hands and all that, I have not a clue who is favored right here. I don't even think it's going to come down to rolls. I think it's going to come down to whoever has the tightest sequencing, and maybe maybe even JarJar actions at that point. Yep, there we go. He gets his money, which he wanted at least one of before running out Anakin's Pod Racer, so we can also get the Force Jump. Popping the JarJar early. But chances are he's going to get a money regardless, and he does off of JarJar. And now he's just rich. I don't see why he wouldn't just, slam dunk 2 cash. He's still going to have 5 dice out there to take care of his discard need. Trooper coming out strong. 2 damage. 2 damage. Needs to play this Force Jump. He cannot roll out Lor San Tekka. Needs to play the Force Jump, which would probably prompt Reflex to roll out Vader ahead of anything. And I really disagree with playing that hidden motive there. Probably going to lose this Vandalize, which isn't a big deal, or this Clandestine, which also isn't a big deal. It would be really bad if he lost both, but he loses nothing. He needs to slam the Pod Racer and the Force Jump right here. Do not know why he's playing this Force Jump. Also do not know why he played Hidden Motive, which was his 1 get out of Fear and Deadman for 12 free card. If he gets punished for it, it is going to be rough. It's definitely with 2 money, with no discard side showing, with Lor San still not activated with the Force Jump. It is worth discarding right now, 100%. Probably the Mauls makes the most sense. Not gonna have the money to pay for it next round if he gets this Fear and Deadman off here. And at this point, I think he just takes the 3. 9 AoE damage is nothing to sneeze at. Especially not when you have no guarantee of being resolved any damage under the threat of a Force Jump. So 9 damage for Reflex, and he's just chunking. That's a full third of the health of the team. A little bit more. 26 health team. 9 damage gone. But he does have his focus. Weighing his options on the discard. I think it's probably worth doing. Pitching the Seize the Day. You've already got one Fear and Deadman. You have no guarantee it's coming up again. Seize the Day loses a lot of its luster if you don't have a Fear and Deadman in hand, or you don't have a big weapon on Vader. I would not fault Reflex at all for re-rolling with his Seize the Day to try to pick up some more damage. It would take, it's only going to happen a little less than 25% of the time. But that 25% of the time, it could either pay off with 3 damage and an almost dead JarJar, which is perfectly worthwhile, or it could be a 1 damage off of the First Order Stormtrooper, which puts JarJar in lethal range of any number of things. I think that'd be perfectly reasonable to do. 75% of the time, you're not going to get any damage, but on Vader's die, you could pick up some cash, and that would also be helpful. And Stormtrooper, of course, also carries cash. A lot of good things that could come there. But I think Leddon would have actually been better off just using Lorsan to focus JarJar's die to a money and then clandestining for 4. 4 cash plus 4 off the top with a force jump special just chilling out there. Like, that's not nothing. That's not nothing at all. It'd be 5 off the top when you count the Anakin Skywalker's pod racer ability. So that would put him at guaranteed 8 cards for the round. Possibility of more if Reflex decides to reroll and doesn't come up with any damage off of it. I'm offended. I'm offended at those power action tokens, Reflex. Get them off my screen. I'm wounded, sir. Long decision making here. Ugh, it's too late. It's too late. This clandestine is now trash. At least it's a lot worse. I feel like it's a lot worse. But he will get his Lorsan Tekka for a card if he wants it. Really wants Vandalize back in his hand. He's more than welcome to get it. Oh, that's a good get. 2 pretty decent gets there. Says, I don't care about my Vandalize. Not going to get anything else there. So, fuck it. Walking away. Fresh supplies into a Vader's lightsaber. Seems good. Decent amount of removal for Leddon. That easy pickings can certainly be worthwhile if that Darth Vader's lightsaber comes out into play. And he does have the money to pay for absolutely everything. He can drop this bartering down on Satine. He can pay for the Beguile. He can pay for a Lore Hunter on Lorsan. He's got the cash in hand for everything. The only thing he wouldn't be able to do is maybe pay for Satine money if he does everything and then rolls out Satine. I don't think he would do that. And I do think that if he plays fresh supplies, then the next move is to play Lorsan's power action you know it's a lightsaber coming, and you have to sight unseen put him on either mitigation, clandestine with a lot of dice, or vandalize to take out your lightsaber. And that's actually a bad choice. So if he picks up a third money, him being Reflex, Reflex picks up a third money here, I would hope to see a Lorsan special. And ignoring the threat, which means he's going to be in action behind. Suppose there would have needed to roll out one of his characters first. I don't think it would have been bad. I think playing JarJar right there would have been okay. Or lore sanding now to prompt the JarJar. Or going basically is Darth Vader lightsaber resolution effect because he's gonna have to play fresh supplies, pick up $1 to play Seize the Day. He's not gonna be able to get a Vader die back in the pool unless his Vader dice resolve for resources. And it's all going to be pretty much on this rollout. Leddon has a chance to respond. The amount of damage being dealt this turn goes down dramatically. And you know what? There's 6 damage. That's a dead Satine. I would think that is who he would be targeting. Might want to go for Lorsan, but Lorsan's going to pick up 3 shields. You're not going to do any more damage for the rest of the round. You're just going to have to fight from underneath that force jump. The thing that's going to have to happen. Killing JarJar here does him no good. Get bartering off the field, I say. Kill Satine. Reduce the income. Get out from underneath the second clandestine operation that is in Leddon's deck. Don't think it's the worst move. Not sure what the holdup here is. I mean, Reflex is very methodical. He's working out all the decisions, but I do think it's obvious that you got to kill Satine. Force jump is irritating. I get it, but if you kill Satine, you remove a lot. You remove focus. You remove one of the yellow characters. You know he's got easy pickings in the deck. This JarJar has discard sides, and it's almost the same argument. But he could have also used JarJar to his benefit later on, not only in this round, but in the next, if he had kept him alive, and that was some wasted damage there. So I think Satine would have been the better call, but with this much damage applied and not that much deck gone, I think Reflex has this first game in the bag. There's certainly no die worth removing for Reflex, but he is going to pass and not give away any. Got plenty of time. They'll end up with the claim. Or why he's keeping the bartering special. He needs to discard, I think. Lorsan certainly gets resolved here for 1 discard. And now Reflex is completely out of any sort of interaction. But cool as a cucumber, that man, he's not giving anything up. He's going to pass again. Like, comes up with a ton of money, 3 shields. No discard though, so no reason for Reflex to pitch his card unnecessarily. But also no reason to claim yet either. Could just pass. See what happens with that bartering special. Money is not the concern of Leddon right now, so I really think he should have been re-rolling that bartering as well. Not only does it have a native discard side, it also has a focus to get into 2 focus from Lorsan, which if this wasn't really resolvable, that would have made his other dice resolvable at the very least. Vader picking up cash. Not quite fist range. Not fist either. He's got another fresh supplies, I believe, still in the deck. Vader rolls resources. Stormtrooper rolls resources. Could see some fists. There is the fresh supplies. We're looking at fist range. Leddon, the richest mill player in the world, by way of not having anything to resolve. Pacify is a great get, as is this Entangle. And again, he's got money to pay for everything. 2 cash left on top of. Vigilance is going to be a savior for Vader. It will prevent force jump from working. No reason why why Reflex wouldn't drop that out as his first action, just to make sure it happens. I suppose getting Vader in ahead of everything is fine too, but there are weird interactions that could happen right now that would leave him to be unable to resolve those things. But easy picked. Easy come, easy go. And Pacify seems correct here. Or he might just want to get a lead on where Vader's damage is going. I think the Beguile would have been more beneficial to keep in hand, but it does set him up for a blowout Entangle to get out of this round with 0 damage dealt. If Reflex chooses to roll out the First Order Stormtrooper. He does have 2 Entangles in the deck. It's got to be something on Reflex's mind. Kind of weighing the pros and cons. Definitely seeing this Entangle happen. Pacify will probably stick around for another round, and he may or may not play this bartering. I think it depends on his Lorsan rollout. If he sees a focus, then he probably plays bartering. May end up getting vigilanced, but it's going to be a defensive vigilance, not an offensive vigilance, which is what Reflex would probably prefer to keep it with. Going to play the bartering anyway, no focus in mind. He does get a reroll off of Satine, and there's plenty of focus to be had just with the barterings. And he'll be able to draw a card if he. With this much money, as long as you can resolve your Anakin special, or not your Anakin, but your Anakin Skywalker's Pod Racer, I think you're happy no matter what happens. Defensive Vigilance comes out. That is resolvable. Not for what he wants. He does want the other two shields just to get up on Satine a little bit there. We'll see a Lorsan power action. Gonna find something to pull out for reroll. I think Entangle is what Reflex will pick. The least universally useful. Yep. Makes sense. And we're probably going to see this bartering special get resolved and then a reroll happen. I think he does need to throw away one of these entangles. With no focus, I guess. Just happy to get what he can get with Anakin Skywalker's Pod Racer. So, no damage taken, but also only one card taken away as well. Two if you count the Vigil. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. Goes for a reroll on everything. Although, just minor things, re-rolling the force speed or the force jump before pitching the re-roll, the better method. Doing things, and he gets shielded up. He doesn't take any damage. He still has good removal going into the next round, but to find a way to actually do things. Force meditation will certainly help. Dex's Diner will as well when you're this flush with cash. So I'm starting to walk back on my previous statement. Unless something real weird happens. I don't think Reflex. I think Reflex is in for a much tougher time than he anticipated. He does have Reach the Stars, but I think Entangle is the right move. No, that makes sense. No, okay. Yep, that's a much better pathing. Shame on me. Yep, Pacify, and then that either that Vader die is gone forever, or you get to Entangle. Reflex is foregoing the power action to try to get a ton of damage. This is 7 damage represented with the Vader's lightsaber. Triggered ability. And he'll also get a Vader die back in the pool. I think at this point, with one Entangle played, one Entangle in hand that you know of, I think, and then also one easy pecking plate, I think he hits Lorsan here. The odds of being able to kill either of these characters is pretty minimal this round. So increasing your odds for the next round is the way to go. Going to get one more damage and a 50-50 shot of being threatening. And it may prompt Angle for 1 die. Ends up hitting the resource. We'll see Darth Vader's lightsaber thrown away. I don't know if Entangle was absolutely necessary there, but it does prevent things. He can use Vader's power action now and get it back in the pool. Head of these force jumps. That's a dead Lorsan with absolutely nothing Leddon can do about it. Even playing the Dex's Diner would have been better than entangling there, I think. Or playing this force meditation before Lorsan dies. Put your money to work somewhere. There's absolutely no reason not to just kill Lorsan here. And frankly, poor what do you call it? Sequencing. Half a Leddon. Take a maximum of 4 cards, which he will get, I guess. But being able to have Force Meditation out on the field or something helpful. I don't know if Doubt is the right call there. You're not getting any damage basically out of that Stormtrooper. You can't count on it, but it paid off there. Like very highly values the battlefield with his deck. Wouldn't be surprised just to see him claim. Those things aren't going to get any worse for him. But by rolling out Stormtrooper, Leddon should absolutely take the opportunity to claim after this resolution. You're rich. You're rich as hell. You don't have anything in the deck you can pay for now except for, I think, another Beguile. I'm just very, very surprised that he did not play the Force Meditation. No probe, no discard sides, no disrupt sides. Reflex is locked out of Vader's Fist, even though it's in his hand. It's going to get Flames of the Past it away, unless he can bait out either the resolution of it on Vader's lightsaber, which is a possibility, or resolution, or it bait him into just discarding it for a reroll. Looks like he will use it on Vader's lightsaber. If Reflex calls Judge, I'm gonna. Reflex just let it happen. Players are happy with things as they are. Okay. But he did give away the info that he does have Flames of Past in his hand. I don't see. I don't see Reflex just spending 5 money all willy nilly. Also doesn't have any action cheating. Even a great roll here gets crosshaired away. The proper line of play here is Beguile or Pacify. I think Beguile would have been better. Because Reach the Stars right here, with that +4 showing, is really dangerous. Possible he doesn't have his other Reach the Stars available. Would have made that move pretty good, but it is still in the deck. 5 cards left in deck, 5 cards left in hand. Uphill battle. Very, very uphill. Surprised to see him discard Doubt rather than Forsaken. But I think Forsaken is probably next up on the block to get thrown away anyway. We're the best defense. The value of the best defense has gone down considerably in this one game. And Leddon needs to find discard sides. He needs to get Anakin Skywalker's Pod Racer in the pool Start re-rolling for discard sides. Afraid have reached the stars, which makes sense. Don't blame him at all. And at this point, I think Reflex just gets a Stormtrooper in. Both the entangles are gone, he knows. There is a 1 in 3 chance that he walks into the second easy pickings, which is probably what he's concerned about. He wants to get off of a blank side before rolling that Stormtrooper in. 6 on the blank side, but gets 4 damage. And now, I think that 4 damage just gets resolved. He knows he has Flames of Fast in hand. Don't think he's going to be able to bait him into using it on the lightsaber. But here's the decision point. Dex's Diner is still not at its efficient. Interesting choice there. Gets a med chamber, which I'm sure breathing a sigh of relief on, but that's a hell of a resolution for the pod racer die. Only take 2 more cards from here. And if he draws a card off of this, I don't know why he's drawing a card. There's no need to draw cards. It's Scruffy. Probably concerned about Fist in general. A re-roll, and he can pull Fist from hand. Then he can play Flames on the lightsaber and be in a not the worst spot in the world type of position, walking into what I'm sure will be the final round of the game. I guess Reach the Stars was both of them were gone. Oh, yeah, there's the first round. So blind. Rerolling the Stormtrooper and the Vader die finds another 4 damage. It's lethal, and the only option here is to play in the crosshairs. Has to be done. And we'll probably see a reroll on this Vandalize or the Scruffy played. I think keeping that card out there. No, I guess the risk is like Reflex just claiming out from it. You want to be able to play the Scruffy and reroll with Vandalize. That sequencing makes sense. We'll do this. He's gonna say support event support. He gets the Fist, and he gets the Flames, the Vader's lightsaber, and come out with either 2 money or maybe even a discard on top. And even taking that grip of damage, this round was kind of a coup for Leddon. He's down to his last hand of cards, but he can only take 4 of them if he draws his other Scruffy. Only got 3 discard sides. He's got to survive 2 more rounds. Does get the Scruffy. I think Lore Hunter is actually worth playing just to try to find some mitigation. He is defenseless right now. So unless things go extraordinarily bad for Reflex, probably see Satine die right off the rip. We could see Leddon lead off with the Pod Racer to try to find a shield. But that would be Resolve Shield on the Pod Racer. You can only pull 3 cards from hand this round. I think maybe even just firing from the hip with Dex's Diner as a first action. Vader doesn't do great and amazing things. I'm not sure why he didn't use Dex's Diner to heal 1 at the end of the last round. He only has 1 in the crosshair. Two damage, not the best, and it will be completely for naught if he resolves it. Gonna see a reroll there. Nothing except 1 focus rolled from Satine with 2 bartering. Nothing relevant. Reflex is looking to maximize his maybe 1 reroll he can do. That's a perfectly resolvable boss die. Fired off Scruffy for event. A little too early, I feel. That was hidden information. Now he knows that he can't really pitch to reroll until one of those barterings or the Pod Racer die has been resolved. And that Stormtrooper 1 is almost doing more harm than good. Resolving Stormtrooper damage for 1. Dex's Diner puts Satine back down to 4 damage dealt. And then if he resolves the 2, yes, it puts Satine back up to 6. But then opening action, the next round, Satine goes back down to 4 again. It's not great for efficiency for Reflex. He really wants to reroll. It's a risky position to be in. Know whether or not you can. He doesn't. He's not going to reroll off of this Stormtrooper 1. He's resolved the 2. He's going to resolve that. Now it's a 33% chance that Vader can roll into lethal, but Reflex uses Forsaken on the Pod Racer die, and I think that was a mistake. that turns that pod racer die into a discard, which means he only needs to roll one discard or another focus on Satine to make this happen. And that's exactly what did happen. And he's going to walk into. Now he can't reroll because 66% of the time rerolling here will lose him the game outright. I mean, he'll get 2 rerolls. It will take Leddon an action to focus over to the discard, but the risk of failure here is really, really high. He may be thinking to himself, like, okay, if I roll and then he removes, I pitch the other card to roll again. If I miss and I get my damage on my second roll. What is he doing? What is he doing? He just re-rolled off of like the best thing he could have done. I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening. Yes, he has to go another round, but if you give Vader a reroll here, like scot-free with no mitigation in hand to do anything about it, you're just hosed. And he gets back over to where I guess he wanted to be anyway. It was a discard side and a focus. He'll come up on it with $1 to spare, but that was completely unnecessarily risky from my point of view. We'll see if Reflex decides to pitch to reroll once he focuses over to, or decides to pitch a reroll now. Now is about the only time that he can. Says, no, I'll take my chances next round. I'd rather roll 2 Vader dice, deal with mitigation. Should see this. Oh wow, he is out of cards. Got a dismantle and an easy pickings left. Oh, this is coming down basically to this roll right here. Needs 5 damage. He does not get it. I have no idea how Reflex lost this game. But yeah, there it is. He's got a pitch for the reroll right now. Only possible option. And he's got to get 5 damage across 2 dice. And not easy picked. Two damage, and that's game. Not even First Order Stormtrooper can follow up and do anything about this. Leddon just going through the motions here. And Reflex calling it. Wow. That was pretty insane, I think. Leddon crawling back into that game. Is that right? Is it 15 minutes? Yeah, there's. Whew. Don't think. I think Reflex may be misplayed by killing JarJar. But apart from that, that just speaks to. I think this speaks to how good the matchup of Mill is into Vader. That crucial turn, getting rid of the Vader's lightsaber and the second fist from hand. That was clutch. That was really, really clutch. Not the worst opening hand for either player, but not the most exciting. Reflex does have to make a decision real quick as whether or not he wants to go for the Fear and Deadman round one or just go fresh supplies, Vader Saber. Let's roll. I think Vader Saber might be better. Maybe. That's a hard call. Like Reflex is gonna go Vader Saber. Gonna up the value of this easy pickings a little bit. It's gonna barely up the value of Entangle. Just barely. Like almost to the point of not being like even worth discussing. So sorry to waste your audio time there. We're gonna see Satine probably carry this force meditation. Pretty good Entangle. Keeps them out of JarJars, like being used against you. Getting a free reroll. Good Entangle. I like it overall. That's why used on the resources makes sense. Good move. Then Fighting Pit with Lorsan. Lorsan takes 2, Vader takes 1. The 1 that Vader takes is totally irrelevant. Looks like Vader will get his $2. And Reflex doesn't feel like pitching. But he could also just use JarJar. Get a free reroll on anything but money sides. I really disagree with that pacify. Holy crap. I don't agree with that pacify at all. I think you play Force Meditation there, and then let your JarJar get activated for you. That way you have a broader selection of dice to use when you roll out Satine. Now, if Leddon rolls out Satine, re-rolls on that Force Meditation, trying to find damage or two cards, it's gonna get JarJar activated. And is Leddon gonna forget about Satine's ability? Nope, we'll get there. And JarJar is gonna re-roll this Focus and this Force Meditation special. 100%. Come up with hot nothing for himself. Force Meditation special hits, but it does lose out on a focus. It's Mauls and Vigilance in the trash. Both these pacifiers are going to go away, and then Entangle is probably going to be used to reroll all of these dice. 4 dice unresolved is a lot of unresolved dice. To come up with some cash or some discard, one of the two. He's going to use easy pickings. Do it. Gets a focus. He can make his decision, cash or card. Opting for card, which I do agree with. It is the first round of the game. Upon a mulligan, they crafted that hand. They don't get to craft another hand. So that ups the value there. He misses the 50-50 on Fear and Deadman. And in the complete reversal of what happened last game, Leddon is poor. Very poor. And the only mitigation in his hand is an Entangle, or somewhere near the back end of the round, he could play Flames to pass on Vader's lightsaber. That's not going to help him this round, and it's not going to help him with this fresh supplies into Seize the Day into Fear and Deadman. It is about to happen. Either the team takes 12 or 8 damage could pop up and just snipe off Lord Santeca right off the rip. Yeah, I don't think he's going to re-roll off of 2 resources and a force med at all. And what is that? 8, even 9. It's 9 damage. You could just kill Satine. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. So he'll get his 8 on Lorsan, trigger the lightsaber, re-roll out the Vader die. Still resolving melee, but he can't resolve that second die. If he wants to, he can just go ahead and push 2 through. I don't blame him for not. Definitely got advantage at the moment. He could roll out First Order Stormtrooper. Only 33% chance of getting entangled. I'm sorry, a 33% chance of not being vulnerable to entangle at all. And nothing critical hitting the discard there, just a probe and a best defense. I think move here is probably play bartering. Get that on JarJar. That way, when he gets force activated for you, you might be able to respond just with a hand wipe. But Satine's in the fighting pit. Satine takes 4 from the fighting pit. Oh, it's brutal. And no mitigation for Leddon. He's about to take another 4. He needs to get JarJar out there right now. JarJar is out there. Bartering is going to be unused this round, but he will get at least 1 discard from JarJar. We'll get him money. We'll get 2 shields off of this Anakin Skywalker's pod racer from the focus that's available. And I know I said it last game, but I really don't see how Reflex loses this one. I guess that was a debate on whether or not to use best defense to protect the Fear and Dead Men, which evades that 1 discard yet again. We'll see best defense discarded for a reroll. 4 damage found. Cross 2 dice and for $1 at FOST. Boom. Discard resolved. 2 damage found. That is still a lot of damage to have taken this round. Lorsan outright killed. Satine brought down to 1/3 health remaining. Gonna leave Leddon with 10 HP against a deck 17 cards deep plus 1 in hand. Now, whether or not he knows it, the best move might be just to focus the discard, but he doesn't know that it's Fear and Deadman in hand. So he's going to go with his shields, which I don't blame him for. Nothing relevant lost out of the deck. And we'd probably see Bartering get played on JarJar. Dismantle certainly tossed in the trash. Probably keep Flames of the Past. Double Fear and Deadman or Reflex. Only one of them is going to get played. And basically nothing for Leddon. Gets a second Entangle, which is not going to be more impactful than the first one. Lore Hunter is nigh useless in this situation. And the Force Jump is unplayable. Easiest Entangle of my life right here. Get that resource. Yep, there we go. Right call. Power action. And Reflex really wants to get one of these hot Fear and Deadman going. And he's going to reroll off of those blanks, especially if Leddon has a resource showing or picks up a resource somewhere. Nothing useful there. I'm not sure why he rerolled a Satine die rather than a Force Meditation die. Rerolling a Satine's dice with a card is better than rerolling Force Meditation. There's only two sides on those Force Med dice that you're happy to see. Satine does have 3, even though one of those nice dice sides is unresolvable because it's a paid side for him. And putting Satine into the pit didn't seem great. Now we could see Reflex force JarJar out on his next action. But he probably waits for a reroll anyway. A Satine reroll, I should say. Still not worried about easy pickings. Only worried about Pacify and Hidden Motive. 3 cards in the deck. I believe both Pacifiers were already gone. Rolling out FOST there is pretty much no risk. And Force Meditation being resolved for 1 shield really lets Reflex know that he can just go ham here. Does find 2 damage on the FOST. And 2 money, which isn't unresolvable. Especially given that he just got disrupted 1 and his second vigilance taken away. Money, I think, is resolvable here. Not only will it get you back into range where you can use Fear and Deadman, but it sets you up for a fist at the top of your next round in case you don't get your Fear and Deadman. Second Entangle gone to the Probe. Lore Hunter. And we're going to see a JarJar activation on Reflex's turn. Nothing rerolled on Leddon's side. Money stays out there, but the blank on Vader gets rerolled back into a blank, which is really unfortunate for Reflex. And picks up his cash. He's going to need to spend it all from here on out, like pretty much every round. Just trying so hard to make things happen. Blank and shield rolled on Vader. I don't think Reflex will pitch his last Fear and Deadman. He can resolve Fear and Deadman He only needs one additional good die resolution. Finish off JarJar. Still has action cheating left to. Guile, the only thing standing between Leddon and near certain death this round, as Reach the Stars is in Reflex's hand. Kind of has to use it now. Yep. Good. Reroll that one, blank that one, and remove the Vader's lightsaber. Yep. Good choices. Best he could hope for. Reach the Stars certainly getting played. Here, I see no reason why you wouldn't play Reach the Stars. Thinking about taking the money and playing Vader's Fist. But if Force Meditation or Anakin Skywalker's Pod Racer flips the other one, it puts him in Flames of the Past range. Going to avoid that. Reach the Stars finds 5 damage. So spending 2 to Fear and Deadman is a good move here, I think. Would kill Satine and would put JarJar with 4 health remaining. Pretty greedy. Pretty greedy re-rolling that die, I think. But I think he should have more than 10 cards left in his deck. Oh, just under. 7 cards left in his deck. 10 cards total. Maximum 4 could be gone. Saves that. Maximum 2 could be gone this round. Draws up to 5. Loses a card next round due to Anakin's Pod Racer, and as long as he doesn't get clandestined, he's guaranteed a round after this next one. I did not happen to catch any clandestine operations. There are 2 of them in the deck. I think I saw one discarded earlier somewhere. Nope. 2 of them do exist, so Reflex has to be. Yep, okay. One did get discarded. My blindness showing up once again. Oh, they're both out. So if both clandestines are out, then Reflex gets another 2 rounds. When just calling it there, can't stop the pain train. $30 left. Our final round. Fighting Pit not going to get used. Almost guaranteed. That thing did a ton of damage. And we'll see how Leddon fares back on Theed. In these mulligan decisions, Reflex is probably pitching all 5. Knows he needs some sort of damage. Maybe he keeps Reach the Stars, but not going to be on this battlefield. He sees the day as a plan for the next round. And gets basically nothing. Leddon has a much better starting hand than what he had last round, and he has a much better starting hand than Reflex this round. And he's peachy keen on keeping it all. If he picks up a money here with Satine or a Theed, go ahead and play Lore Hunter. Pick up money on the back end of the round, or just face tank a little bit. Get the Anakin Pod Racer out. Or what's more likely is he'll Pacify and then Beguile. He'll get Lore Hunter. Start filtering out Reflex's cards. Most likely on JarJar. That's where I would put the Lore Hunter. Makes the most sense to me. Did not see him pacify this. Would make no sense to me. I think it might have been worthwhile to roll JarJar out there and just drop Lore Hunter on Lore. Lore the Hunter at that point. Just to get a reroll on the FOST die. Probe fired off, going to take Pacify, great get, and Beguile. Great get. That was painful. So, no need to roll out JarJar here. Should just play Anakin Pod Racer and run it down. That's a focus off Lore. Haven't seen many Lore dice resolved in this match. I think it might be worthwhile for Reflex to activate JarJar here. Reroll on those focus dice. Guaranteed. That's what he chooses to do. We'll lose a card to Lore Hunter, but in this situation with no mitigation at all, if I was Leddon, I would target myself with Lore Hunter. Reach the Star Spear and Deadman. That's kind of a motherfucker of a choice right there. I think you throw away the Spear and Deadman because that can come up with the most damage. Lore is not at risk of dying unless it's a natural roll on Vader's dice. 8. 1 out of every 36 times. Maybe this is Reflex's time. I don't think Reflex would spend rerolls trying to get there. I think he's probably okay with 5, 6, or 7 damage. possibly okay even resolving resource. Although the value of those resources is not great. It's not great because he doesn't want to pitch any cards. He's not going to draw many. But if after that double focus to 2 JarJar discards, and maybe that puts the resource resolution back on the table. I do really agree with Leddon's move to discard there because needs that reach the stars out of Reflex's hand. If for no other reason than to dissuade Reflex from pitching to reroll, because he might have more mitigation in those last 2 cards in his. I think now you just snap fire off those 2 discards. You either get Reach the Stars, or you hope to get the other Fear and Deadman. I really disagree with the Scruffy here. Yes, it does get you out of Fear and Deadman, and he will choose Reach the Stars most likely. Off of this event call. But now Lynn's going to have to resolve one of his focus, turn the other die to a resource. Oh, no, he won't. He'll be able to use Theed. Okay. That's a lot better then. Being able to use Theed on either Lorsan or Satine's die, it doesn't matter at that point. Then playing Pod Racer, probably moving it to Shields. Make the most sense to me. Getting 1 off the top of the deck and then 20. I think Reflex pitches to reroll here. None of the cards in his hand, except for Reach the Star, is particularly valuable. It's at a 50% risk of getting lost anyway. And rerolling. Looking at 1 in 6 of Lorsan death. At the very least, a lot of damage. Only the shield and the blank aren't good for a Vader here. Definitely see this Forsaken go away. I foresee Forsaken getting pitched to reroll right here. Do not agree with keeping Forsaken. You have to roll out your Stormtrooper for it. None of those dice, except for Pod Racer, which he doesn't even know exists, is even worth mitigating. But now he will get paid off. He will get, paid for that decision. That's fine. It is what it is. I still think it was the wrong move in an information vacuum to do that. But maybe I'm not giving Reflex enough credit. Maybe said, you know what, Leddon kept his whole 5. Kept all those 5 cards. I haven't seen anything that outstanding played. He must have the Pod Racer. Maybe that's why he did it. So Forsakening Pod Racer right here saves you. It's the equal amount of cards, but it's basically 2 damage from hand at this point. I think that's pretty legitimate. Reflex does do that. And that leaves Leddon with the claim. Still no damage to be dealt from Reflex in the way of additional dice. It does have a respite, does have Reach the Stars. It has Vigilance. I don't know why Leddon didn't play Force Jump. Yes, Lorsan is at risk of dying. I get it. He has 6 damage, he only has 10 health. But force jump saves you so much damage. And so your downside there is completely wasting $1. Throwing $1 in a reroll away. Your upside is maybe keeping everybody alive for the next 2 rounds. As Reflex has to respond to or fight through force jump. And that's rough. Probably see Reach the Stars played here by Reflex. Really wants to kill Lorsan. Don't blame him. I have not been keeping track of timer. Or not keeping track of when I said I would give them the time. I do have the timer running. Advanced move right there says I want to play Reach the Stars. I only want to need to find 2 damage on 2 dice. So he'll probably give the Vader and the FOST die a reroll right quick. Now he needs to find 5 damage. Still very doable. Gets it. Does not have Fear and Deadman, but he hits the nuts there. So that's 6. That is 1 dead Lorsan. He's going to have 2 damage to follow on his next action. JarJar coming out. Going to reroll on that. Makes sense. And it looks like he's forgetting his Lore Hunter ability. Yep. So to reroll the JarJar die, unless Leddon's just on tilt, forgetting all of his triggered abilities. He's asking for it now, but he's already rolled Satine. I'm pretty sure that's a May ability. Okay, I'm not going to rub that in. He's not asking to use it. He's just pointing out that he forgot it. Really hard to say if 1 card out of 18 was going to matter there, but what's he going to say here? Event, he's going to get a respite. It's his choice between respites. He's the Vigilance. And I think Reflex just claims here. I don't think he's married to either one of those cards. By claiming he would deny the use of Feed. And guarantee himself Other sees the day. How is Leddon going to get there? 3 dice that do discard cards. Each round he could take a max of 4 at this point. 5 if you count Lore Hunter. That also gives a card. Clandestine on money sides. Maybe the saving grace. Especially since Reflex can't find any dice in that deck. Doesn't even have any action cheating this round. He's got fresh supplies, beguile, Mr. Peace, vigilance, and respite. So just out of curiosity, I'm wondering if the top card of this deck is relevant. Fear and Deadman. So not using the Lore Hunter may have saved Leddon a little bit if Reflex would have chosen to discard one of those cards. But he could still fire off this Respite anyway. Respite, make the decision based on the card you draw whether or not to play fresh supplies, but he's passing up on that. He's going for the damage. We've put him in fist range. And really should have rolled out JarJar, or at least the Pod Racer, but I think JarJar, because he's got to go for a big clandestine move here. Now he's just kind of fucked himself on that. Could, theoretically, get 6 cards off of the clandestine. It's unlikely. Definitely throwing that Fear and Deadman away. Five damage showing hidden motive one of them. And then Beguile after the either reroll or a power action. Shield is as good as a blank. I think, yep, that is the correct move. If you only need to do 6 more damage, 2 damage is well on your way. Don't walk into things like easy pickings, don't walk into things like Beguile. Get your damage, then start re-rolling. Leddon just searching for a clandestine move. Either got to be resources or discard. I think maybe at this point he pitches his Vandalize and rerolls both of JarJar's plus, of course. A little bit of value lost off of any possible contestant. Med Chamber gone. He's happy to see that, but still no hide or hair of these Vader fists or these lightsabers. So this deck, this last 12 cards, are absolutely rife with threatening things. 5 of those cards in there are absolutely threatening. Now, this Reflex want to throw any cards in his hand away to try to get them? Is the question. Gotta be focus, into discard, right? So it's gonna be 2 off the top, 1 out of hand. And I don't think no threats yet. 10 cards left. Even he's gonna have to discard 1. And it may be worthwhile to play fresh supplies here, just pick up the buck. Just get always respite, but the odds of not drawing a threat of some sort between this respite and this natural discard are 50%, and it whiffs. So 25% for both of these cards, he whiffs. But they are taken individually. Slightly less than 50% of whiffing on this card off the top. I think Reflex has to, at this point, play this respite. Needs to draw something. Meanwhile, a good hand of mitigation for Leddon. Beguile, Pacify, Texas Diner, and Crosshairs all come out to play. JarJar is not in the worst condition. Got Flames of the Past in case good things happen. And we do see the respite into Mauls. The least threatening of all the threats. The luck of the draw here is not with Flex. But at least Mauls cannot be flames. Probably see Reflex force the JarJar activation. Just gonna stand 2, it looks like. Let me out. That shit's threatening. We probably see Crosshairs played here. I really think Crosshairs is the best play here. Get to stay on tempo. Can resolve the focus and a discard or shield on Skywalker's Pod Racer. Playing Crosshairs on possibly Vader dice doesn't. But he can use Pacify and still have Crosshair money, so not too bad. Certainly prevent Maul's lightsaber from doing much. Just resolving Anakin's Pod Racer 1 shield onto Satine will also help keep that die out of the field for its second go round, anyway. I certainly think Mauls is worth resolving here. It forces the resolution of at least one of these dice for shields. I think it's going to resolve a die for shields. It probably should be JarJar's, but get the reluctance. 5 cards left. 2 of them are Vader's Fist. One of them is a Vader's lightsaber. Other shield die resolved. Alls is staying out, at least for the time being. Leddon is his own worst enemy here, thinking about things. Should just claim. Really should just claim. Needs more rounds and faster. Got 1 minute left in the round. 1 minute. I don't even think it's possible to take 5 off the deck. I guess technically bartering could draw clandestine. Crazy shit could happen. If that's even gonna happen. Nope. Not gonna happen. Won't even draw another bartering. We're gonna see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards gone total on board. 6 if bartering is included out of 10 total left. Reflex has nothing to worry about. Double Vader's Fist, last 3 cards. Unless I'm like stupid. What? He's worried about. I guess he's worried about Fist more than he is about the lightsaber. And little does he know. Like that's. I guess bad luck begets bad luck. And part of me is completely just done watching this match. So I want to tell him like it's just not happening. But that'd be kind of rude. You can't even. What's the max he can pull from hand directly? Even if he had the other bartering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 from hand. He's got 6 in his hand. So that's game. All Reflex has to do is just not discard. It doesn't matter what if there's clandestine, doesn't matter if there's anything. Just don't discard. Can't lose every card from your hand. Just slightly. I think Reflex just pass, 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 pass. He doesn't need to do anything. Leddon being a good sport, though. Gonna play it out, see how close he can get. I'm not sure if Leddon understands that he's at time. Maybe. Should be GG, right? Oof. All right. So Reflex moving into the top four. We're gonna be playing against. I can't remember who won that game. I have to go back and watch my own replay, but it'll be fun. I'll try to get it up for next week, I think. Try to get it scheduled up, premiered. You guys can all see that. Thanks for watching. This game was a slog, but it was very, very interesting to see. So, congratulations to Reflex for hitting the top four, and I'll catch y'all later.